ask you a question. Give us a glimpse of what Christmas looked like when you were first married, when you had small kids, and now as empty nesters.
Oh, Christmas when we were first married. That's before we had kids.
But yeah, it was. It was most definitely before we had kids.
Well, that's also because we're good Christians.
Yes.
No offense if you had kids beforehand. You can still be a good Christian too.
Edit that out. Christmas when we were first married. We had 2 Christmases together before we had children, and so don't remember a whole lot about that. I remember that.
You don't remember our first Christmas?
I do remember our first. Oh, we got our little puppy Abraham. Our first
Yes.
Christmas together. Oh, he fit in our hand. He was our little baby boy, and so that was our first Christmas together. And then
we named him Abraham because
father of many nations.
Because I
basically.
didn't want a dog, and the only way I was convinced to get a dog is if we could make money off the dog. So I was going to send the dog out to stud, and so I figured what better name to name him than Abraham, father of many
nations.
And so that's why
this is a
that's
true
why
story.
we named him Abraham.
But we never did that. We never had Abraham father.
I wound up falling in love with the dog.
Oh, he did.
I didn't like him at first, but he used to jump up next to me on the couch all the time, and he would sit there and until I petted him, and over time he just kept doing it and doing it.
You know how the dog's not allowed on the couch.
Yeah, and eventually I liked him. Eventually he was.
I don't think we're answering the Christmas question though.
Oh,
and then
the first question, the first Christmas before we had kids, and now what was Christmas like when we had kids? Well, what Christmas was like when we had kids was I spent like 10 hours putting stuff together.
Oh yeah.
So Christmas, by the way, for people who have little kids, is fun when they open the presents, and then everybody continues to have fun, and Daddy goes to work for 10 hours and puts together all these toys with like 1,000,000 pieces in them whatsoever. So as they get older, then Christmas remains fun the entire day because now they just want big stuff like TVs, PlayStations, and now that they're married, they want furniture for their house and stuff like that. But don't tell what we got, Brianna and Joey, because Brianna's right there.
Yes. So here's the thing. So very important when you have small children, stock up on batteries as well. We would stock up on batteries because so sad to have your little child open a wonderful gift and not be able to play with it on Christmas Day because all the stores are closed and you don't have batteries. So take that as a little tip. Get batteries for your kids' toys.
The other thing that we used to do when we first had kids, was we used to load up the car for Christmas Day, right? Did we go to my mother's for Christmas Day?
A portion of the time we would travel on Christmas Day, and then that ended up not working so well for us because when the kids were small and then they opened their gifts, they wanted to play with their gifts, and it was like, hurry up, we have to get in the car, we gotta go. And we did that for a little bit, but then that didn't work as well, so then we altered those plans.
That's what also made Christmas Day not as fun as Christmas Eve because we had to pack up the entire car, like with all these things and stuff like that, and again, Dad does all of that work, so like Dad is putting together all the gifts and Dad is packing up the car and then we go all the way to New Jersey and we'd celebrate with our parents and we'd come back with not enough room for the presents in the car. You remember that?
Yes. That was a little bit challenging when they were small like that, most definitely. And now they're grown, and so now things are definitely a little bit different. And I should have like a really like quick answer for like how it looks now because I'm asked this question all the time. But true to myself, I don't really have a quick answer to anything. And so I would have to say that different isn't bad. And I think we could definitely go down the road of maybe wanting to be tempted to unravel just a little bit because of differences. But I don't view it as something to unravel about. I'm grateful for the place we are at in our lives. I'm grateful for where my children are in their lives. And so that's my conscious choice to just embrace it. Embrace the changes and enjoy the changes and modify as necessary. Thoughts on that? Yeah, I knew it.
I can't stand being it's not that I can't stand being an empty nester, but it takes a lot of getting used to because I like a full house. I like when the kids are around and stuff like that. And honestly, I kind of think about it like how does God feel? You know, like God really wants to spend time with us, and then kind of we're out on our own and we don't check back in with them. Although our kids do all of that. Our
Yes,
kids
and that's why
work
I'm
with us and everything like that, which is
grateful.
wonderful. But I don't love the empty house. I like it when everybody's here, and I like when everybody wakes up
I do
together and all that kind of stuff. It's better like that, but you know, so is life, and you kind of roll with the punches a little bit.
Yes,
But,
letting go is not easy, but it's definitely doable, and we're grateful.
so Christmas Eve, everybody comes here, so that's also why it's my preferred holiday rather than Christmas morning, when now I guess it's just me and you.
It's going to be me and you, so you better get me lots of presents.
All
Fill
right.
up that time space.